So most of your resets, if you've never seen a speedrun before of this game, happen in like the first, I call them the 2 chapters of the game. This is, records of time, so they don't really have an official name for it, I don't think. And then you have the prologue, which is like what I call like level number 2 or chapter 2, and then chapter chapter 1 is like 3. It's a really weird numbering structure that I do not like, because it confuses me to hell and back. Because I basically go, okay, this is the first level. It's where I mentally think about it. It's like, okay, the first level, the airplane is the second level, but no, that's not even the first level. Still, that's the the prologue.
The 3 worlds all needed rulers, most of all ours. And the one that ruled the chaos became known as Aesir.
So the goal now is just complete a run. At first I was thinking, okay, I'm going to do a first climax run, then I'll do a second, and it's like, no, I had to abort the first run after 50 minutes, so that kind of went the window. Now it's just like, complete a run. It's weird spacing on these guys.
However, Aesir pitied the humans for their naivete and lack of free will. So the power
on Wii U, I learned really quick, like, the game was going to be full absolute troll mode. If these guys spawning and dropping in are, like, ridiculously far apart, which I've only seen about 2 or 3 times on the Switch, thankfully. And I'm not talking like, oh, I have to slide once over or something. We're talking like, you have to go all the way from one end to the other of that manta ray thing there to find the bad guys to attack. It's like, that's when, like, that's like troll mode that like nobody's hardly ever seen before. It's like, Baldur's insane. I think that's the run where I had it where he one-hit sword summoned me and killed me. It was like 1 frame, which is impossible for the game to do, but it decided to do it anyway, because this game, when it wants to cheat, oh baby, look out, it will do whatever it wants.
Man is but a reed, the most feeble thing in nature, but now we were thinking reeds, and we took our first big step towards grand prosperity. The inheritors of the Eyes of Aesir have been granted the power of creation.
Alright, so another 29? Yep, 29. Basically what I'm looking at is like when the hand touches the card, that gives me an idea of what it is. Every once in a while you can catch both of those guys, which is awesome. That Umbra Climax, it used to catch all 3 of them at once, which was awesome, but now it's like maybe one or 2. I was hoping to avoid using Umbra Climax, because it does slow you down in this part. This part is timed. So after this part right here, then it's on a timer. Like, it's set, but like, the first part was like, okay, how fast can you get through it type deal. To get to here, then it's fine. Now you can taunt and delay all you want, because this segment will end no matter what you do, whether or not you're in slowdown, I think. Okay, game, let's go. It was like getting dangerously close to trying to get me to drop the combo again. Do I like Bayonetta 1 outfit better or the second one? I actually like the second one better. And I'm pretty sure they also redesigned her face for Bayonetta 2. It's like it's no longer as angular, it's like more rounded. Like it has a softer look to it. I prefer her 2 costume versus 1. I know people who like both of them. You know, like they like one or they like both of them, or like the 2 camp, but I am in the 2 is better than 1 camp for her outfit. I just think it fits her better. Yeah, so I'm thinking to save even more time on the jet sequence to whatever I do. Like, I probably should stop taunting, even though it's like you really need to in order to extend your combo time so it doesn't drop. But try not to like do it too much, which is opposite of what you normally want to do. You normally want to taunt like crazy to get as much money as you can. Just so I don't go into witch time that slows everything down, because it doesn't seem like it's slowing things down too much. But it still is causing a problem, so... And you're dead. He's gotta finish his climb. He's gotta realize he's dead. Oh, there's another thing too, like the Chapter 7 boss just would not die either. Like, he was dead, and it took the game 7 seconds for it to go, oh, we need to start the death animation and wrap this up. That was like the first RNG, like, bad chunk of time I lost right there, and then just kept adding up. So I was thinking, okay, if this, you know, holds true here, then maybe I've just lost like 30 seconds, and it just kept going to like almost 2.5 minutes, I was thinking. So it's like, okay, let's restart. Hey, Nimix! Good to see ya. Welcome back to the stream, of course.
This is simply the benefit of training. Darkness triumph.
That just threw me way out there. On the Wii U, this was so annoying, especially if we played the disc version, because you get to that portal, and the game had to load. So it was like, you'd just be stuck in front of it, like, come on, let's go, and it'd just be like, you could see it like just waiting and loading and loading and loading. So you got there too fast for it. Oh, that was close. That border to triggering the fight is very narrow on that platform. If If you go a little bit too far to the right, you will trigger it. Whoa, get back. Yes. Oh, dude, that sucks. It's always disappointing when you have a plan, it just does not come together. Really? For those of you who do not know, Nimix is actually, he does a lot of task work. He's working on 2 super secret projects. Well, at least it's challenging, you know. It's not like a cakewalk or anything, but yeah, it's always frustrating when you think like, okay, this is how this is gonna work. It's gonna be awesome, and then it just doesn't work. Things go sideways. That went a lot better than the last time. That's awesome.
Darkness is the absence of light. I can't get free.
Now, you said like they can be beat. Are you talking like by a lot or like a little? So I mean, there's always like I've seen like some tasks they're just like, hey, like, you know, this one was beat by like 20 frames or something. Or in the case like you mentioned, like you found 2 frames in Krusty and 9 in Cubert 3. So at least it's a small thing. It's not like, you know, like what could have potentially happened for Krusty, but you had done it yourself, where you went back and you found with fresh eyes, like, oh, I can do all these other improvements, you know. Because I've seen that too, as, you know, it's like where I'll load up the task page to see what's new, and I'm like, oh, this one improved so-and-so's run by 2,000 frames. I'm like, whoa. Ouch. But at the same time, it's still impressive. It's just like all speedrunning, you know? It's like you can improve a time just by a little bit, or you can just crush it.
I stand for the Umbra Witches.
Yeah, this is like, is that like just like a personal thing, like you wouldn't submit for it, or like they're just like, that's just too little, like not even bother with? And would you submit for 2 frames? I mean, like,
Nothing can contain me.
would it really be worth it? Because I mean, if you found 2 frames there, like, what makes you think that you wouldn't find another 2 frames somewhere, or anything else, really? Okay, so it's too little, because I didn't know if they have like a cutoff for it. Yeah. Unless it's like Super Mario, like the original Mario Brothers. It's like that is a frame war and a half now. Okay, he's dead. Worst possible time. Come on. Thinking, ooh, I took off a lot of life on that first part, and then second part didn't go too well. This guy has increased gravity. It's weird. Gravity is not a consistent in this game. Sometimes it'll pull you down faster, sometimes it doesn't, and this guy just yanks you right to the ground. So if you can run and slash with Rosa, you do a lot more damage. So that's all I was trying to do, is just run and slash everybody quickly. It probably saves maybe a second, I'm thinking, perhaps. Not quite sure.
There's no time.
Where did you learn that trick, little one? I've never seen a witch, or a sage for that matter, pull off something like that.
What about your daughter, who's a switch?
Come on, love.
A lumen sage and a witch combined.
I don't even know whose side you're on? Alright. It seems I can control the remembrance of time. That's a big deal here.
It seems?
I mean, no. I got nothing else to say, love.
Oh, really?
Remember.
Is that what you don't have anything else to say about? Okay, not the cleanest, but oh well.
Of light.
Try to keep up.
And I'm still not doing witch twists yet, so I still haven't practiced them because I've been streaming other games, and then I was studying my previous runs to try to figure out a new strategy to save time. There we go. Last run that did not work out so well. I tried to swipe the other second guy I tried to get, and it's just like, nope, denied. Start attacking the other way. Hey, I finally got it.
That performance might make the back page of the classified.
Okay, so my notes for this that I made, basically looking at my previous runs, is like do an armor climax for the first flying dragon, but not the second. Which is like, you know, this part's all on a timer pretty much.
He's my guide, and he's not done guiding. I think
So like when you start flying through the air, like when you're at the gates of Paradiso, that's like what I'm kind of like referencing to as like the first guy. So the first one, use at least one bar of Umbral Climax on, don't use two, and save the rest of the magic you build up for the final boss of the level. Okay. Yes, okay. So, I got hit on purpose. Because if you trigger witch time, that does slow down the game. I was wondering, like, will the game just, like, will it attack again until I do it right? Or will it just, you know, keep going through? So it's better to take the hit. Well, you can do it on first climax. I probably wouldn't try it higher because Rosa takes a lot more damage. I mean, you're playing like normal or hard or second or third climax, or infinite climax is a one-hit kill mode. But I mean, if you're playing the higher difficulties, like, I think normal, that would have taken off half of my life with the first hit, and then would have killed me on the second, so... Seems to be like a first climax strategy, at least. See an in-game frame drops. This guy, I am going to land some hits just so I can get that first bar of climax. Okay, there we go. Good. So I was thinking, like, okay, crap, so I'm getting hit, so I'm saving time versus being in witch time, which slows things down, but adds up over time. What about, like, you know, I need the first Umbra climax for the first guy. Oops. So at least do one. So you can get that magic, so you don't have to burn a lollipop. So I'm trying very hard to just do one shot. Okay, you're dead. Recognize you're dead, please. Thank you. Much appreciated. Open a drink. Oh, by the way, I was kind of pleasantly surprised. My mom bought chips, which I really don't want her to. She's a full-blown enabler. I'm trying to watch my weight. But she bought some Lay's Fiery Habanero. And I am surprised by it because it actually has habanero in it, which is like, usually you see habanero chips or something like that, or habanero flavor. And it's just cayenne pepper cranked up, because habanero, real habanero, which I eat raw, is like a time delay. There's like a good, like, usually 20-30 seconds before it kicks in, before you start to feel it. And these actually taste like habanero, which if you are used to hot and spicy foods, you can actually taste it. It's like slightly fruity. It's kind of hard to describe it. It's a little fruity flavor. There we go. That was, oh baby, that's what I tried to do last time, and it didn't work out. And these take like 20 to 30 seconds for them to like kick in, which is, like I said, just around the time frame. So it's real habanero, which is surprising. Okay, I used to get the yellow lollipop. I'm gonna skip that. For me. So I'm gonna pick it up. Because I will need a yellow later on. And I've saved enough time from the last level that should make up for it. Also, last time he was like full troll and he fell out of like the gunshots multiple times. Okay, so now I don't have any notes from chapter 5 or 6. So that's just basically just do what I normally do at that point. And hopefully I don't get boned. We'll see.
Performance might make the back page reclassified.
Yeah, because this is the one where Chapter 5, I got screwed on like the floating orb part where you're supposed to have enemies spawn. And they were just not landing. Like you could see them flying around like their halos indicating that okay, enemies are coming and they're going to land and spawn. And they would not land. They were just flying around and just circling and refusing to go. So it was just like I said, the last row was just an RNG nightmare. I just got hosed on so many things. And frankly, that one where they just refuse to land and fight isn't one I haven't seen in some time, to be honest. On anyone's run, really. Like, not like just like myself, but like other runners. A little too far. Okay. Spin, spin, spin. So now I got what I call Hot Wheels. I keep saying, one of these days I'm going to sit down and learn all these enemies' names, and I never do it. Because I'm lazy.
Darkness is the absence of light.
I have no idea, King Relic. It's like, I call him, okay, that was weird. I just call him Hot Wheels. That's my own nickname for him. I make up my own nicknames for everybody on this game.
This is it. The bridge to the heavens should be right above us.
Alright, so yeah, the next part where you're flying around the ball, oh, let's
Not really, huh?
keep our fingers crossed, knock on a lucky rabbit's foot with a horseshoe,
Call it a woman's intuition.
whatever superstitious thing, do
Women's
it.
intuition. What kind of silly comic book shit is that? You still don't know a thing about me.
Let's just say I have plenty of experience with nothing coming to mind.
What?
I spent 500 years not knowing who I was. I only found out the truth recently.
You too? Listen, I don't remember a thing. Nothing. I don't even know why I'm so damn sure I need to go to that mountain. But I know I have to.
Because I think that,
That's
like...
all I know. Does that make any sense?
Come now.
Okay, this is really weird. She should have been off this already.
It's not like that.
But yeah, I was thinking, like, you think that the red one would be hatred,
Just believe.
because it's like the demon form.
That's what I did.
Bayonetta.
Or are they both demon forms? I can't remember.
I stand for the Umbra Witches.
Not what I'm wanting. Yeah, they're trolling again. Look at that nonsense. Although last time they just refused to land for like a good like 20 seconds. It was crazy. Yeah, this is just... That's the other... This is like the first RNG part, like that last part I was just in, that can really hose your run. 45 seconds is still not a good time. But my last run, it was 58 seconds.
Crap! Nothing's working!
Yeah, New Game Plus is no problems. I mean, you have... You're so ridiculously overpowered. You have all your Umbran Climax tools, everything.
Unimpressive.
It's like, okay, feathers, let's go. Feathers don't want to come out again. There we go.
This is simply the benefit of training.
Took him a little bit. Maybe. We'll have to see.
That performance might make the back page reclassified.
Alright. Come on.
New model, huh? I hope this one lasts a little bit longer. Saying that's just going to make me take him there. After I've taken care of my business, of course.
Not bad. 2.5 minutes is not too far. Yeah, it's definitely just like, gotta sit down and find out, you know, look at your runs, look at his runs, and where you can figure out where you can shave off time.
Not a new one of those.
Well, it's like my fastest run for this for 1C is like 5 minutes slower than Ace's run, so spent like 2 days like watching my last run that I did, thinking, okay, how can I speed things up, you know? Like where can I cut time? Like I was noticing on the plane segment, I was playing kind of like 2 and 3C, where you try to build up as much money as you can, and you don't want to do that in this mode. So it's like, you know, you still want to get money, but you don't want to stop and taunt everybody and trigger witch time because it slows things down. So I figured, okay, that's a good time save right there, and it's all basically just gotta be super analytical, really. You know, having somebody else's splits doesn't really help, because I've seen that across, like, for multiple speedrunning sites, like, in games, people are like, I need to have this person's splits. It's like, no, you really don't. It's like, you just need to look at their game, look at how they're doing things, look how you're doing things, and figure out where you need to improve at, really. Knowing how fast they're going doesn't help you go faster. It's like, it's whether or not you can implement changes to possibly beat them in the end. Yeah, I still gotta practice the witch twist. I still haven't done that. Because I know that's like an instant time save if you can pull it off. Yeah, and that's one of the other things I did too. Like I was looking at, was like, okay, it's like I'm losing time to witch time, which is like good for points, but like not for, you know, speedrun, especially like in Rosa or, you know, like in any speedrun really. It's like, especially when it comes to New Game Plus, because you really don't need the dodge. Okay, like right now this is bad. Are you dead? Come on, there we go. I don't know what about this guy is. He takes always about 5 to 7 seconds for me to go, he's dead, and finally process it. But yeah, witch time is the biggest slowdown. It's like I found out on chapter 3, like where you're spinning up like the water tornado stuff. I intentionally got hit on everything, just about, just to not trigger witch time. And that sped it up. I'd probably gather maybe a save like 5-6 seconds maybe? I'm not sure. Probably maybe even closer to 10 just by taking hits, which you can only do on first climax with Rosa, because if you try it on normal or third, you're dead. It's like, you know, normal, first hit's half your life, the second one is going to kill you. So it's like, it's only something that works on 2C really. Or 1C I should say, easy mode. Okay, cool. It didn't try to zap up my magic that time. Perfect. Yeah, New Game Plus, if you have your Umbran Climax on, like you're constantly activated with it with Rosa, you can usually survive one direct hit, especially, you know, on 3C. Okay, game, where are you going with this? He tried to fall out on that one. You can die if you get hit twice. Like I said, you with UC on for those climax bracelets, it's like a 1 buffer. But if you get, like, if it's a multiple attack type deal, pardon me, you can bite the bucket. Or whatever, bite the bullet, bite the bucket. That's a new one. People might say you might bite the horse. Those people would be crazy. You might want to keep your pets away from them. Yeah, but your health regen, though, is not that much. It's like just barely enough to give you like a magic pixel. I mean, it's been a while since I've done like New Game Plus with it. I mean, last time I did it was back on the Wii U, so... But I've seen it like before, you know, with the other runners while I was verifying them all for like New Game Plus when we first introduced it. Like, it was like they take a hit and just be like barely right on the verge of death, that one magic pixel keeping them alive.
Try to keep up.
Alright, this failed last time. Fingers crossed it works this time.
Slow down, will ya? Hey, wait.
Okay, good.
Slow down, will ya?
Oh! Jerk.
Try to keep up.
This is the time save I don't see people doing.
Wait, they need something to open it.
Minor. Yeah, it's like maybe quarter second, if that.
Let's keep moving.
But I mean, if you're looking for that one tiny little thing, that can do it.
Slow down, will ya? Try to keep up. Take care of this.
Yep. You have to be careful though, because you can actually miss that bottom platform. I've done it once or twice. You're trying to land on it there and you just go right by it. It's like, oops. Okay, take the left side, skip. And I have used feathers on the right horse, but I'm going to use it on the left, because that's a shield guy. That was the guy who ended my run last time.
Slow down, will ya? Try to keep up.
Yeah, that jerk. Alright, cool. Yep, you can skip it with Panther.
This is simply the benefit of training.
It feels like you should like use the crow or something, but you can, or twitch it, or witch twist. It's not really needed.
Darkness is the absence of light.
Slow down, will ya? Your turn.
This is simply the benefit of training.
Right
It's like I am the wrong height for feathers. That did not work out well. Oops.
Nothing can contain
That was
me.
easy.
That performance might make the back page of the classified.
Well, they just gotta get it working better. I mean, it's still a like, Yuzu is still a massive working process. I mean, the majority of games still don't run well on it. I think, like, Pokemon and, like, Sonic Mania are the only ones I can think of that run, like, perfect. Actually, to the point where, like, you have to slow it down because it's running 300 frames a second. I mean, like, the best shot for that would be Simu, like, seeing how far advanced they are with that. I mean, the last time I streamed Bayonetta, I did a full playthrough on Third Climax on the emulator, so... And Bayonetta 2 is playable on Yuzu, but it's like... It's pretty much like Bayonetta 2 was like a year and a half ago on Simu. It's barely functional. Yeah, it would be nice to be able to get a Tasser to take a look at it, but I mean, yeah, we gotta get those tools first.
Slow down, will ya? Your turn.
Plan B. Come on, there we go. Yeah, it wouldn't give me the feathers again, so it's like, if that happens, just go to plan B. You see it. This game mostly runs at 60. It's a variable frame rate, Nimix. It's usually between 50 to 60, with sometimes dipping as low as 44, but the Wii U version was wild. It was like 40, it went from around 40 to 60. It was hell. What games? Yeah, not quite understanding your question, Nimix, unfortunately.
Nothing can contain.
Oh, where are those games that run on 120? That's like if you're on PC, and if you have like a 120 or 144 hertz monitor, people like to run it that high. It's not really needed, really. Yeah, I mean, some games you can get to run that, like, they see what your monitor refresh rate is, and then try to cap the frame limit for that. Killer Instinct, actually, for, like, the new version of Killer Instinct, that came out not too long ago on PC, like, the Steam version, ran into some problems with that, because people have, like, 240 hertz monitors, or whatever they are, and the game is supposed to run at 60, and it was, like, running way too fast. So they had to put out a patch to try to fix that, but it's mostly with PC gamers who are kind of obsessed with that stuff. I don't see why, really. As long as you're running 60, because your eye only sees 60. You can run something at 300 frames a second, it doesn't matter, your eye only takes in 60, so anything over that's really overkill. As long as you get a lock 60, that's all I'm looking for in a game. Okay. Blew up before he blew up.
Can contain me.
True. There was, I remember hearing about some kind of speedrun on PC. I can't remember what it is right now off the top of my head. But it created some controversy because the game syncs up to the monitor refresh, and if you have this weird, like, certain type of monitor, like, you can get, like, a faster frame time out of it. And this guy had figured that out, and, like, he just, like, crushed the record by a couple seconds, and people were like, are you cheating? And he's like, nope. And that's kind of like the thing you got to be careful about too, is like you creating like an escalation, like a hardware war. Like, okay, like if you find out like a certain monitor or PC can run a game like faster, you know, like is that going to force everybody out there to buy that one particular PC or graphics card or spend 500, you know, whatever amount of dollars to get stuff like that? You know, at what point do you just like, do you ban it or do you keep it in? It's kind of like what we had to decide with Amiibo. Since physical DLC, so we ended up banning it because it can give some people unfair advantages, because like where we are in the States, Amiibos are still kind of rare. And other parts of the world, it's very common, like you can find them all over the place. So that's why the decision was made to just straight off ban Amiibos, because it can give other players an unfair advantage versus people who can't get a hold of them. Alright, so now we're going to see if Baldur's going to be cool or not. This is the other massive RNG. With the Amiibos and Bayonetta, they can unlock costumes right away. Like, you can unlock the Star Mercenary outfit.
So let's have some fun.
And unlock certain weapons and give you item techniques, money, halos, and other stuff. So that's why we just kind of decided, like, okay, we're just going to ban that stuff. We're not going to have it be a factor at all. Which wasn't a problem until the Switch version. That's when it became like, okay, we need to make sure that this is not, like, you know, unfair advantage to certain people. Man, the internal frame rate is tanking right now. You see, it's like, it's chugging. It's like, that's not frame drops on Twitch, that's the game itself struggling right now. There we go. It's like, come on, dude, you've been doing good so far. Oh, God. Okay.
We're here. And so is my time.
So I'm going to try doing a small red on Alraine, or Alraine, or whatever you want to call her, Rose Woman,
You're not serious.
and a
It's next payday.
1 bar of Ultimate Climax on her. Try to see if I can get her to get going.
Shooting up my target.
Alright, the mix.
I need
Ooh, you have to drive to work. That's unusual for you. Have a good night. Thanks for dropping in, as always. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me, King Relic, because the level's over, you're not loading anything. Other parts when it happens in the game, it's secretly loading in the background, which isn't as big of a problem on the Switch. But yeah, it's like, that's the second level that does it. Alright, here we go. Oh, Destroyer of Runs.
Well, well.
There we go. Alright. So that small red and UC turned out to work pretty well. So that's good. Although I did pop a magic, so that kind of sucks. So
Darkness triumphs.
So again, I go, oh, I forgot I don't have any magic. It's like, that's going to be kind of hard to do a numbered climax right now without it. Alright, so for Peacock Balder here, I'm going to do a small red. That's what I figured. Small red, a full magic bar, and then I'm going to use that yellow I picked up earlier. That should hopefully kill him. Troll Balder. Ugh. Yeah, so Troll Balder can, like, fall out of your Umbran Climax, which you don't want to have happen. So, I mean, that just, like, that determines, like, right there whether or not you gotta fight him a long time or a very short time.
This is simply the benefit of training.
Okay. Use this. Going to use that. And I'm going to use this bad boy so I don't have to worry about getting hit. Okay, kind of fell at the end there, so... Alright, perfect, so that works. Got lucky. I mean, he fell out a little bit at the end, but if you one-shot him... If you hit him, like, on the first cycle kill him, you can soft lock the game, as has famously happened to Ace before. I have done it once, but it was off camera, so it was not on stream. Alright, the last of the real major troll levels is this one. No magic? Boo. Yes, magic. Gimme, gimme, gimme. No! Open the door, you idiot. Swiping the door, it's like, you want to aim at these pots? No! Please don't. This is another one where gravity's increased. Alright, he's dead. You see, it's like you're trying to like jump it in the air, and it just sucks you like right down to the ground.
Nothing can contain me. This is simply the benefit of training. Don't let your guard down. Darkness is the absence of light.
That did not go as nearly as I wanted to have, but eh, it happens. Said I expect trolling on this level. Not too bad, but the next part coming up right here, after this part, like we have to like run and like slow down time, get past the lava. That can really hose you.
This is simply the benefit of training.
This part here. I've had the camera do like 180 spins on me, so suddenly I'm facing the wrong way. And then it decides, okay, you're not going to make this jump. It was nice that time. Excellent. Yeah, the 180 spin thing is like totally bizarre. I don't know what causes that. And all of a sudden you'll just be looking at your... You can't see where you're running. It's like, game? Ah, crap. That was me. Still want to think like double jump, but you want a single jump there, or that happens. Come on, game. Stop trying to screw me. Another mega. Come on, feathers. Yeah, it's just... I don't know what causes it. Maybe it's frame rate drops or something, but sometimes your feathers just do not want to come out. She's like, sorry, you're molting too much. You need to keep something. Can't let them all go. Alright, so I'm skipping the small magic that I used to pick up at the start, because that's just another time loss. That's like another 3 seconds save, maybe. Pardon me.
As long as there is light.
Excuse me.
Darkness is the absence of light. Unimpressive. Oh my.
I don't really do like a little stutter step, as I call it, but it's like that time I figured, okay, just let it rock to see if it hits me or not. Oh, he's running, he's trolling. The worst is when he just keeps jumping from side to side. Like, he'll jump, shoot those missiles, and as soon as you get close to him, he jumps to the other side. He'll do it like 2 or 3 times. It's like, please stop moving, I beg of you. Oh, you tried. He was like, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna bite him. Ooh, crap, I'm out of smalls. I gotta use a large.
Contain me.
So I was thinking, like, I had in my notes, like, use a small, but apparently I used one too many, I guess? So I have, like, my rest of the notes, like, for Chapter 15, don't use a red at all on, I think his name is Lopter. Evil version of Loki. And gravity is increased. Come on, Rosa, I need you to be a team player here, please. She's just like launching everybody into the air. Come on, take to the air.
Nothing can contain me.
Come on. Why are you not? What the hell? The game likes to do that. No. It ate my UC. Are you kidding me? God, what a jerk. Yeah, it's like I had the Umbran Climax mode, it sucked me into the portal and deducted 1 magic point. I'm like, okay? What a jerk.
Darkness is the absence of light.
Alright, on to the final level. Still not gonna be Ace's time, unfortunately, but oh well. At least it's gonna be, hopefully, a big improvement over my last one. I'm hoping with these improvements. Hey, King Relic's just in time for just about the end. No, I'm probably not gonna do the 2C just because I had to spend so much time. You know, I lost like 50 minutes on the first run. I had to restart. If anything, I might do another 1C run. We'll have to see. Well, it is starting to get pretty late. I might not do it, so we'll see. Mean that like a little arena skip? Yeah. Actually, I bought that on my last stream I did. I was playing through on the emulator. It's like, well, let's see how long this fight takes because I haven't done it forever. And I'm like, holy crap, that's like a minute time loss easily. Okay, hit him, please. Yeah, because the yellow, it's supposed to be like guaranteed sword swing and hit, and it's like miss, 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 miss. And once again, Ace's time is still on top. It's gotta pretty much come down to RNG, I'm pretty sure, at this point. Well, they didn't have too bad of an RNG on this time, I don't know. So this time's like a 123. It's like if I'm looking probably like a 126 maybe if I'm lucky. Okay, let's see. Equip that. Equip there, and that's it. Okay, it unequipped, because I was an idiot. Ah, crap. Didn't get the skip. Oh, I can't believe it was just one shot away. One literal gunshot. That sucks. Yeah, so maybe like a one. I'm thinking 126 at this point. Maybe 126 if I'm lucky. So my current time is 128.31.
This is simply the benefit of trading. Let's dance, boys.
Didn't even get to shoot the guns. Alright, so I do have like a strat I'm going to try at the last, like on the airplane. It's not going to, like, I'm not going to like taunt and try to have them kill me because that's not going to work on like third and infinite really. I'm going to try using the mech, but you do need to have magic stored up for that. Because your magic does carry over in the credits. Pardon me, so if you use it all in the next part, it's not going to carry over. So yeah, shit, this is a 127, that blows. Crap. So yeah, it's like gonna be like a minute and a half improvement maybe. Maybe a minute after all that stupid time saving and not hitting the store twice or 3 times and all that stuff didn't matter. And trust me, I've poured over Ace's run. It's pretty close to the same strats that I came up with. You know, looking at my own runs and where I can save and tweak. It's like he must have had like God RNG or something. Yeah, so like a minute and 10 seconds, just or a minute and 5 seconds. That's pretty crappy. That disappoints me.